Hello and welcome to the universe of Beyer watches and jewelry, where the past meets the future. Being the oldest watch retailers in the world, we were founded in 1760 and are still privately owned in the same family in the 8th generation, now headed by Beyer. We connect people of all kinds of interest due to a fantastic watch museum, our more than 50 years experience with vintage watches, and our modern collection of some of the world's best known brands such as Patek Philippe, Rolex and others, but also with jewelry. The watch I would like to introduce today was made by Baume Mercier and is one of those amazing timepieces of the time after World War II, when people had enough opportunity and money to enjoy life again. Baume Mercier was founded by two brothers in 1830 under the name of Frère Baume. About 20 years later, they opened a branch in London and in other places in the British Empire. At the end of the 19th century, they were known for their chronographs and complicated watches, even across the Great Lake. At international exhibitions, they won Grand Prix and gold medals. Producing very precise chronometers, they sent several watches to the Kew Observatory and even won a contest in 1892 for a tourbillon that held the record for over 10 years. In 1980, Frère Baume, or Baume Brothers, as they called themselves in the English world, joined forces with Paul Mercier. And just 1 year later, they received the right to stamp their movements with the Poisson de Genève. During and after the wars, they realized the big potential of women's watches, creating the first ladies' collection, the Mercier, in the late 1940s. The result of this new creativity are beautifully made and surprisingly modern watches that are not miniatures of the gentlemen's watches, but stand on their own. Since 1988, Baume Mercier is part of the Richemont Group. Looking at this piece, you may think it's a nicely done bracelet, but when you take a closer look, you realize that the middle part can be opened to reveal a hidden dial. To be fair, by today's standard, the dial is very small, but nevertheless charming. The 3, 6 and 9 are marked by single, the 12 by double indices. The rest in between is marked by points. This watch only has place for hours and minute markers, but in this case it's already enough. The key features of this piece are the case and the bracelet. Both have been executed in 18-karat pink gold. The bezel is not flat and polished as one might expect, but even here the eye is captured by the design elements. The case itself is square with a wavy structure on top of the lid. The middle part is accented by the line of diamonds set in platinum. Two half spheres are the links to the bracelet. Covering the half spheres are fan-like structures that move smoothly over the spheres. The type of bracelet is called turbogaz. Although this flexible metal pipe was already patented in 1881, it only found its way into jewelry in the 1940s and 50s. Many well-known jewelry creators such as Cartier, Van Cleef & Arpels and Bulgari used this element in their necklaces, bracelets and watches. The case and clasp are stamped with the eagle head, the French gold mark for 18-karat gold. This shows the close connection to France and Switzerland during this period. The movement is a simple lever escapement signed B&M Genève. The power reserve is about 36 hours. The size of the case, typical for the retro period, is fairly small. It measures 14.5 by 18 millimeters. The inner circumference of the bracelet is 16 centimeters, and this makes a very good size for a slim or medium lady's wrist. The movement has been fully serviced by Baume Mercier just recently, and the case and bracelet have been polished. In the world of watches, women's watches are rarely seen, particularly because they are way less than their male counterparts, but also because reading the time can be tricky. With such an exceptional piece as this one, time doesn't really matter. It is a piece of jewelry with a little extra. It is a very charming item that can be useful for many of the pretty sides of life. Being passionate about watches also means that we take great care of our timepieces even after they have been bought. We are an official Rolex service center, but also service the other brands we carry. Apart from that, we also have beautiful jewelry made by our goldsmiths. We have a big assortment of older and more modern pre-loved watches, so don't hesitate to visit our website or Beyer Vintage on Instagram. And thank you so much for watching.